Hello everyone, and Clash of Champions just happened. It was fantastic. Let's get straight into pay-per-view review. What a start to the pay-per-view we had. Sami Zayn vs AJ Styles vs Jeff Hardy in an Intercontinental Triple Threat ladder match. This match was so inventive. You know, all the good fun from your ladder match. You know, you had Jeff Hardy swanton bomb off a ladder, put Sami Zayn through another ladder. AJ Styles used a mini ladder as a javelin, knocked Sami Zayn out of it. You had AJ go for a phenomenal forearm. Jeff Hardy push a ladder to hit AJ midair. Fantastic stuff. This was such a fun match. Loads of high spots. 1 point Jeff Hardy fell off a ladder and then ended up getting ladder falling with him and ended up being sandwiched between the ladder and the apron as he's falling down. And this is where the good bit came in. Such an event match. The way they use ladders were very different to ladder matches previously, so props to them three, and they put their bodies on the line. What they put themselves through, fair play. And this was a smart bit now. Obviously, Jeff Hardy got his massive ear piercings, got a massive hole in his ear. Sami Zayn gets handcuffs out of his jacket and handcuffs him to a ladder. So Jeff Hardy has to carry a ladder that's handcuffed to his ear to try get it back into the ring. And Sami Zayn handcuffs himself to AJ Styles. So if AJ has to climb, he has to take Zayn up with him. And so AJ starts climbing. At the prime moment, Jeff Hardy is trying to fight AJ off. Zayn gets a key head, unlocks himself from AJ Styles and sneaks up and wins the Intercontinental Championship. What a match. What a start to the pay-per-view. This was 9 out of 10. Next we have then fairly unknown prospect Zelina Vega, obviously split off from Andrade to try to pursue a singles career. She goes up against Asuka, who's been one of the most dominant wrestlers of 2020. And this was a very, very good, short, fun match. That's all it needed to be. A lot of good reversals, counters, very technical. And obviously Asuka won as expected. Yeah, but I'd give this match 6 out of 10. It was just short and sharp. But after the match, Vega did jump Asuka, so we're going to see more of these two down the line. Yeah, so 6 out of 10. Very good match to follow up the ladder match. Now, this is where the pay-per-view got a bit stale. Lashley vs Apollo. I'm bored of the storyline. It's dead storyline. And Lashley won. I give it 4 out of 10. There's just there was need to be in-ring action. Okay, fairly short. Just, yeah, 4 out of 10. No real interest in it. No real bother. And Lashley retained. After this, the pay-per-view did start to pick up then. Raw Tag Team Championships. Garza and Andrade taking on the Street Profits. This was a very good, just fun match. A lot of high spots, a lot of quick, fast-paced action. The Street Profits do retain in the end, obviously, but Andrade and Garza looked really strong. Such a fun match. Give it a 6 out of 10. A real nice, fast-paced match to right in the middle of the show to keep fans interested, keep viewers interested. It certainly kept me back interested after the Lashley match. Yeah, so 6 out of 10. Very good match. Now, Nikki Cross was injured, so she couldn't face Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Open challenge, she challenges Asuka. This was a very good little start of the match. And then Bayley gets a steel chair, disqualifies herself on purpose, so she retains the title. And then this is where it gets interesting. Sasha Banks comes out, obviously after Bayley pummeling her to oblivion. Sasha's back, gives it back to Bayley. Obviously Sasha's still not 100%. She did struggle a bit and Bayley got a bit of offense in. But in the end, it was Sasha that got her own back. And Bayley forced to retreat. Good little surprisings. Rate this as a segment more than a match. And I give it a 7 out of 10. You know, this storyline with Bayley and Sasha is great. And hopefully it's in Hell in a Cell, which is the next pay-per-view. Now this is where we get interesting. The WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre vs Randy Orton. Now this was a classic. This will go down as probably one of the best matches in a very, very long time. Starting off, Randy Orton had a dominant lead. What happens? The Big Show's back. Obviously, Randy Orton punted him into oblivion. He's back and choke slams Drew McIntyre through the table. This is an ambulance match. It's anything goes. The way you win is putting your opponent in an ambulance. And you gotta shut the doors. And then they fight more. A lot of brutal stuff. Good chair shots, kendo sticks. Just brutalising each other. Fighting. They managed to fight the backstage area. What happens? As Randy Orton gets pushed into the wall, Christian returns. Obviously, Randy Orton punted Christian as well. And Christian's laying into him. And then, so Drew regains his advantage. And then they brawl in again. They manage to brawl the ambulance. They brawl in the ambulance. Obviously, Drew got put through the windshield of the ambulance, and Drew went for a Claymore kick. Randy Orton got out of dodge, and he Claymore kicked the ambulance door off. It was such a good match, so much fun. Oh, mate, I felt like a kid again watching. It was just that good. And literally, they're on top of the ambulance now, brawling, as Randy manages to send Drew down, HBK is standing behind him, and a super kick to Randy Orton. Obviously, he punted HBK before SummerSlam, and then HBK super kicks him and pushes him off the ambulance. All the legends return for this. The storyline was great. This match was brutal. The chair shots, obviously leaning into Drew's injured jaw. Yeah, and then so they brawled for a bit. Randy Orton then, the way he loses, perfect. Drew McIntyre punts him, gives Randy a taste of his own medicine, punts him while Randy was leaning on the edge of the ambulance. And Drew wins, and to drive away, Ric Flair was the one driving the ambulance away. This match, 10 out of 10. The storyline they told was fantastic. The in-ring action was exciting. It was physical. It was hard-hitting. It's everything you want in a wrestling match. I wish every wrestling match could be like that. And this series gets its first 10 out of 10 match. 10 out of 10 ratings. I wonder if there'll be any more to be up with that. And then we had the main event. Very tough match to follow. Jey Uso vs Roman Reigns. This was a good match in a very different way. Obviously, Drew McIntyre's match was high octane, a lot of brutal spots. This was more leaned really into the story between these two cousins fighting, and Roman went full heel. Jey Uso, he actually got back into this match, and we actually thought at one point he was this close to beating Roman. And this was fantastic. And then Roman flipped the switch. He went full on heel. He was making him say he's the tribal chief, and just absolutely brutalising him. Obviously, he could have won the match ages ago, but he just wanted to inflict damage to his own blood, just to show him who is the chief, who runs WWE. And then Jey Uso's twin, comes out and says he's going to throw in the towel. Jey Uso really doesn't want him, but Roman just absolutely pummels him. Like, you know, Roman wasn't stopping, so Jey does throw in the towel, and Jey Uso was very much a lot of trash talk as well in the ring. Roman, this was fantastic from a story point of view. Like, Jimmy was like, Roman, why have you turned like this? Why have you done this? He called him the tribal chief just to make sure he stays away from Jey. He literally puts his body in between Jey and Roman, even though he's injured as well. So very good storytelling, and hopefully this might lead to Jimmy now versus Roman. I'd love to see that. Yeah, and the story for this, you know, this match felt like a big deal. I don't know what about it. Maybe it's because it's cousins fight in the storyline. The storyline was built perfect, and I think this match was done perfect. But it gets an 8 out of 10 because it wasn't as exciting as Drew McIntyre vs Randy Orton. Overall thoughts on the pay-per-view, I wasn't expecting much, I gotta be honest. Like, just good matches, especially the two main event matches and the Intercontinental title match. Very good. And I think overall this was a very solid pay-per-view. It was easy to watch. It didn't get too stale. We had a bit of a slowdown with Bobby Lashley, and then we ramped it straight back up. And that's why I'm giving this pay-per-view an 8 out of 10. Huge ratings for a pay-per-view. Yeah, let's hope that Hell in a Cell will do as good as it. I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. A lot of fun. Invested in the matches. Invested in the stories going into this. So yeah, I give Clash of Champions overall an 8 out of 10. Now, you guys, the support's been fantastic. I uploaded every day last week. I'll try to upload as much as I can. I'm not guaranteeing daily. But yeah, let's carry it on. Universe Mode did very well. We'll have more episodes of that coming soon as well. More FIFA stuff, that's out soon as well, FIFA 21. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.